Not be small thing, oh. Well, let me just go straight to this the story that is coming out of the grapevine. And in what looks like a landmark and epoch-making decision, it is alleged that Oodua Traditional Court have granted the Giesi ruling house the sole right to banish any Olori or any other person, anyone who is out to endanger the throne, not just the throne, the life of the ooniofifewives, or anyone who is trying to bring it to disrepute. Or more. This is so interesting because we are going somewhere gradually. Okay, all this rubbish that has been going on in the palace, where people just come and run their mouth anyhow, people just come and behave anyhow as if they are. I mean, they are operating with shams or whatever. Because sometimes when you hear some of the things that are coming out from the palace, a lot of them are a little bit very appalling, and disheartening that some of these things could be happening, at a place like that, where you should find some level of sanity, some level of decorum, some level of sanctity, some level of quietness, and where people can just, be calm and enjoy the ambience of the ambience and paraphernalia of the ownership, if I'm going to put it that way. Don't forget that the Yorubas, who happens to have the great Union of Ife as the spiritual leader, are very good people in terms of their rich cultural heritage, that is globally acclaimed. So, but now you all are aware of the fact that for quite some time now, a lot of things have been going on around the palace that are so, that are so despicable, if I'm going to put it that way. And I think this landmark judgment, for me, is one of the best things that has ever happened right now. Because there's need to checkmate some of the excesses of these Ifa wives, okay? And I think for me as a person, I celebrate this landmark judgment. Okay. You will recall that the Giesi ruling house has been pursuing this case for a while now, because to them, some level of control is needed over this overzealousness exhibited over some of these Ifa wives over the years. Okay, because these are people who have a very huge propensity for absurdity in the palace. I'm sorry I'm using these very harsh words. Okay, but that is what it is. For those of you who are avid followers of the kind of conundrum that will be seen day in and day out. Okay, so as some of you might have observed, that banishment as a punishment may not be an entirely a Yoruba thing. It is more familiar. It is something more synonymous with the Benin and probably among the Igbos, okay? But nothing is static. The only thing that is constant in life, they tell us, is change. So possibly this is the change that is needed at this time in the palace of Ooniofifewives. But faced with the plethora of reoccurring troubling actions of some of the Oloris over the years, some of which have really been utterly reprehensible and indecorous. The Giesi elders have no other option but to seek for the relief which they have now been granted. Okay? You see, the thing is, I'm so happy that at the end of the day, they have this power in their hands. So any of the wives, Ifa wives, or any troublemaker around the palace that is bent on, circumventing the authority of that palace, such person will now be faced with the risk of banishment. Okay? So armed with this verdict, the Giesi elders are now, fully in the driver's seat to bring about the much elusive peace and sanity to the palace. Who would not like this? I love this so much because I have always been an advocate of bringing sanity back to the palace like we used to have it in the days of Queen Naomi, when she was fully in the palace, just herself and her heartthrob, the owner of Ife. That time was the time we witnessed the greatest peace in Ife land. A lot of Ife women keep attesting to that even till this moment. Okay, so the days of suffering from the diarrhea of the mouth are gone, in my opinion. You know, apologies to Queen Ashley's comments, Crown Prince. Okay, I leave it at that. It is now you do anyhow, you see anyhow. More. Hey. I'm so loving this new lease of life. The fear of banishment is now the beginning of wisdom for the far wives. Very good. Very good. She una say una want to hear what I mean. Make we see how now come dey run that una mouth again now. Make we see am. Haba, haba. We have waited for this sort of thing long, long ago. So I'm so happy that finally this is where we are. So this, of course, has created a lot of pandemonium and trepidation among the Ifa wives, and this is expected because all this while they've all been running amok, causing all manners of confusion, all manners of troubles for this innocent man, to the point that a lot of us feel like maybe the Oni of Ife must have, lost grip of his authority in the palace, because sometimes when you see some of these things happening, you begin to you are so marveled at how come we got to this level. Okay, so for me, this sort of authority that has been given to the Giesi ruling house is what is needed at this time, and I'm so so happy, and I'm sure that a lot of Queen Naomi fans out there are going to really, just celebrate this landmark judgment. Okay, so we are told they are now running everywhere. The Ifa wives now. We are told that they are now running everywhere and to nowhere precisely. Or more. Good for them, Sha. Good for them. My take on this is that bring it on. Yeah, I say it. Bring it on. Who do you think will be the first casualty in this unfolding yet very intriguing palace story? Did you hear what I said? I'm going to repeat myself. I said my take on this whole thing is this. I'm talking about this landmark judgment whereby the Giesi family can now have the authority to banish anyone, including the Ifa wives. I'm saying my take on this is bring it on. And I'm going further to say, who do you think will be the first casualty in this unfolding yet very intriguing palace story? What do you think? Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you for liking our videos. Thank you for sharing these videos. Thank you for, most importantly, subscribing to this new channel. You guys are the reason why we are standing tall today. Continue subscribing. In fact, don't stop subscribing. We promise to bring you more very, very interesting stories as they unfold. Thank you so much once again and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.